Why would you do that? Shane might have an hour of stuff to say. Wouldn't give him an hour and let him say what he wants to say. Then people could question him, and maybe he'll talk for 2 more hours. You know what I'm saying? Gail's got a lot to say, and she's not even gone to the second half of her journey. What she had to go through the 16 hours indoctrination, almost like Scientology, trying to indoctrinate her over to the dark side. But thanks to God, she stayed on the good side. Praise Lord. Right. So, Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to address to, it was a tough, I can't read the rest of it, but tough citizen, I guess, is there's millions of young men, even older men, and each one of them is an influence to other people. So just imagine how we view compound interest in finance. Imagine spiritual investments, compound interest in that. The problem is that, yeah, we have a lot of strong male speakers. The one thing that we seem to be lacking is discernment on effectiveness. So if you're subject to flattery, then you're going to be thinking you're something special. Now, this is something that's in you, something that you're drawn to. This is not you. This is something that you're receptive to. So for somebody to give me praise, we're losing the point right off of the bat. I need to challenge these young men. Don't hop off my dick. Don't follow me. Now, if you want to follow along with me until you find your path to go guide others, we need more shepherds. So get out there. I'm in the grocery store right now and I'm speaking, and I got people looking at me like I'm crazy, and some of them are listening, because I want others to hear. Get out there, speak. And even if you stumble and stumble over, trip over your words, and even if you say something that you didn't mean to say and you get laughed at and you're embarrassed, that's a great thing, because now you can refine, you can stop. You're breaking out of your comfort zone, getting used to saying what's on your heart. That's what we need to challenge young men to do, because intuitively they're resonating with all these messages. They just don't know how to put it into words because they haven't trained themselves in it. Everybody has this fire in them, okay? And all we have to do as leaders, the ones that have all the followers, unfortunately, they get the big head, or they get their ass kissed so much they don't have many people that question and critique them or help them refine their strategy, because it's working. Look, it's working. I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing, so you can't tell them nothing. So we got to stay away from those people. And the ones that are close to them, stop being yes men. Help challenge them. Do it whatever way. You have to be creative. Whatever way gets through them. We're speaking to ideals. We're not speaking to Democrats. We're not speaking to Republicans. We're speaking to ideals. The serpent comes in many forms. So if we're speaking about Republican, and then Republican takes the lead and things are going good, the serpent's going to sneak and find a way to enter the Republican. And now we're going to be led astray that way. If we don't recognize the ideals, we don't recognize what's really happening underneath it all. That's what we have to focus on. That's what we have to become more thorough about. We have to separate reality, like the fifth dimension, from the third dimension. We have to understand that they both are operating simultaneously. So what's really happening? The biggest thing to any men that have any followers is to show the person that idolizes them that they are the star. Okay? So when Martin Luther King speaks and he makes a movement, they cut his head off, the body dies. This way the body can't die. This is what's happening right now. And the more people that are aware of it, and the more people that can take that awareness and creatively distribute it properly, then this is going to be more effective. The battle's already won. The media doesn't have power. The only reason it appears they do is because the lack of power we have. And there's people that are in positions of power financially that could really help us, but it would be stupid for them to help us because of how distraught and divided and scattered we are. But this is changing right now. These people are going to become more bold because they realize that, oh, if I step up and I die, it won't be in vain now, because I have warriors that are going, they're not stopping. And we've proven that through COVID. Doesn't matter. The whole world can turn on us, and they can make us and lead us to believe we're on our own, but we're still standing on our principles. This is amazing. They won't even let us know how many people like us are here. We have to discover, wow, there's so many more people that believe what I believe, that stand by principle. We're finding this out in Twitter spaces. We're finding this out now that
Michael,
censorship is being.
Michael,
Go ahead.
you hear the passion how you speak, bro. You sound like me. You really sound like me, right? I gotta say that just first off the bat, right? Second off the bat is that you are spot on, right? What you're saying is spot on, right? Let me just hit this scripture right now. Ephesians 6, chapter 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is the battle that we are all facing right now. It's been written in the scriptures time ago in Ephesians 6:12. It's been written time ago that this is what we would go through. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people like to tell you we're in Revelations right now. Oh my God, the seal has been broken. This river Euphrates is drying up. Oh, the locusts are coming and blah, blah, blah. I don't think we're nowhere near Revelations. We are in this time of revealing that the wicked people are now being exposed. Biden's going to be exposed. Hunter's going to be exposed. And imagine how many other people had to help Hunter and Biden to do what they did. They're going to be exposed. Imagine how many people helped those people to hide what Biden was doing. The media companies, the Twitter and the Facebook and the YouTube and the Instagram and the TikTok, all of those companies, they all helped him to hide what he was doing. They're all going to be exposed. Soon, people will just be jumping on Twitter. That's the reason why I sit back and I think to myself, if Twitter wasn't here right now, would I be able to reach so many people? Right? So I thank God for that. And you know what? When I've reached all of these people, I start sitting back and thinking to myself, oh my God, Shane's on the same level as me. Michael's on the same level as me. Tough is on the same level as me. Gail's on the same level as me. AC's on the same level as me. 007 is on the same level as me. Tammy's on the same level as me. All these people are on the same level. We're all on the same level. We all see what's going on in this world. God bless us. You know what I'm saying? There's those who will sit down and stick their head in the sand and pretend nothing is going on, right? Oh, I don't see, I don't know, I don't hear, right? And then there's those people who are at the front line, like we are, right? Saying, what do you mean you're sending 1.7 trillion over to Ukraine? Are you mad? What do you mean that we need to wear masks before we can come into the shop and my child must wear a mask, meaning they're not breathing proper oxygen, they're breathing their recycled air, and you're telling me that somehow is protecting them from COVID? What do you mean? You know, there's going to be us, we're at the front line, and there's going to be more and more people, the more we step up, that are going to join us. It's the truth. When you start shining your light and you live within God's glory, it's a magical thing. I'm telling you, it's a magical thing. Before I started preaching the Bible, right? I'm not a pastor. My pastor asked me to run the church at one point in my life. I'm not going to lie to you, right? But I'm not a preacher, all right? But when I started talking the Bible, I started realizing how much people resonate with the words from the Bible. And this is from even people who've never read the Bible before. This is from people who, you know, claim they're atheists or spiritual and all these different things. But when they hear the words of God speaking, you can't deny it. If you are that way inclined, right? Obviously, if you're one of those people who have got a reprobate mind and you have decided to go into all of this transsexuality and cutting off your balls to try and be a woman and all this kind of nonsense, then of course, maybe it's too far for you to be able to understand. But any normal person, normal, as in you are a woman and you know you're a woman and you are a man and you know you're a man, right? Normal, right? If you're a normal person and you hear the Bible, there's no way you can refute it. because it will resonate with you because you are of the spirit. And remember these words. I'm not sure what exact verse. I think it might be Matthew. But behold, I stand at the door and knock. Imagine how beautiful that sound is when you think of what he's saying. You, a person, with all of your millions of choices that you have in front of you, God is still standing there at the door knocking, saying, I want to come into your life and educate you, guide you, protect you, love you, right? But it's only for you to open the door. Many people open the door to the wickedness, the pornography, open the door to sexualization of their children, open the door to pedophilia, open the door to all manner of different crimes against humanity and against themselves, right? But when you open up yourself to what God is trying to give you, it's a different world. Everything in the world looks different. Everything in the world looks different. I know there's some skeptics. Oh, I believe in the theory of evolution. Well, it's a theory, yeah? Are you trying to tell me you really believe you evolved from a monkey? Are you really telling me you believe in a big bang and then all of a sudden there was mountains and trees and birds? Come on, man. You know, it's like those people who believe that we've been to the moon. You know what I'm saying? If you've got any sense in your head, you know that we never went to the moon, or else we'd go back there every other day. We'd be on the moon, right? We never went
And they
there,
wouldn't
and we're
have
not going
lost
to
the
be
data.
going there. Right? Go on, go on.
And they wouldn't have lost all the original data for anyone that wants to investigate in the future its authenticity. It's gone, mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah, the
So
data is in
let's
one of
address that before we ever talk about Mars.
Michael, the data that they've got is at one of the film studios. That's where the is where the data is.
Hey, international. Even